Hello again, I'm Jessie Johnson. This is part 2 of mind control, Psych-Ops, psychological operations that is, brainwashing, and behavioral modification. This video is in 3 short parts. If you have not seen part 1, please do so. It will fill in what you have not heard. We will start with C in part 2 here, and as you remember, there was a short table of contents in part 1. A was definitions, B institutions, C organizations involved. This is where we'll start in part 2 here. D social levels, G general methods, F methods and techniques, and G purposes and reasons. Now, to continue, C, a handful of the major organizations involved in the subjugation of the body and especially the mind of the human race. Number 1, for mind control, the Central Intelligence Agency and other intelligence agencies of the world, as well as militaries. Number 2, for brainwashing, the mass medias of the world, TV, newspapers, magazines, radio, etc. For political systems, these people are trained, expert liars, politicians, and so forth. Educational systems uses books and indoctrination instead of true education. We'll go to 3. Psychological operations. For psychological operations, militaries and intelligence agencies. We'll go to 4. For behavior modification, mainly psychologists, psychoanalysts, and so forth, and religions and educational systems deal in behavioral modification. We will now go to D. D as in Dan, for social levels affected. We'll start with A. The total populations, large groups, medium groups, small groups, and the individual that's affected on different social levels. We'll go to B. This includes public and private. We'll go to C. Direct mind control is usually in the form of Mancurian forms. Indirect mind control, as well as brainwashing, is in the form of politics and religion forms. We'll go to D. The types are physical and mental. The physical types, such as torture, giving pain, threat of giving pain, these are techniques and methods, and keeping the body numb with drugs or beatings and batterings, etc. In the mental world, such as manipulation and exploitation of feelings, emotions, stress and strain to the extremes, etc. We will now go to E. E as in eagle. The general methods of mind control will start with 1, torture, 2, chemicals, 3, electromagnetic frequencies. We'll go to 4, mental, psychological, general methods of brainwashing is used, and behavior modification is used in the form of, number 1, mass media, 2, educational systems. We'll go to number 3. The places used to get humans to test on for the CIA, NSA, special operations for mind control are hospitals, prisons, one's own soldiers, schools for the retarded, for toddlers, etc. Also, to get human beings to be tested on in every way is kidnappings from other countries, etc. Now, we will go to F. F as in fig. The methods and techniques will start with mind control. 1. Torture, physical, beatings, waterboarding, water tanks, kidnappings by electropropulsion ships, flying saucers that is, to experiment on these people. Threats of physical harm, etc. Mental privileges taken away and denied, solitary confinement on the extreme, memory erasure, dumbing down the system, emotional torture, fear-inducing methods, etc. We'll go to number 2, chemicals. You hook the person on drugs, LSD, or whatever else. You use drugs to get confessions, to exploit the person. You also use electric shock, deprivation methods, hypnosis, negative downing a person, type talk, psychological methods are used. 3. Electromagnetic frequencies, microwaves of specific human frequencies. The human race has specific human frequencies as individuals as well as groups, for individual and small towns. Number 4. Mass media, which is using censorship of truth and facts, information suppression, half-truths, subliminal messages, mis and dis information to the masses of millions and billions for control and exploitation. Number 5. Mind control, brainwashing, Psych-Ops, and behavioral modification is always negative and socially destructive, subtle as well as gross. We'll go to number 6. Electromagnetic brain implants in the form of chips, audioables, visuals, electronic torture, radar surveillance techniques, all forms, public and private, and surveillance in all areas. Mental, brain-computer interfacing or neuroprosthetics, subliminal suggestion, counter information to manipulate defenses and offense action or reactions of the persons, produce ambiguity, produce confusion, overt and covert information disclosure, double talk, psychology, such as using psychotherapy, psychoanalysis, psychosynthesis methods, etc. We will go to number 7 in part 3. In part 3 of mind control, brainwashing, psychological operations, and behavioral modification. This video is in 3 parts. If you have not seen part 1, please go to part 1. Next, after this is part 3. And if you have not seen part 2 and 1, but you've only seen number 3, please go to 2 and 1 to get a full grasp of this basics subject. I want to thank everyone for listening and watching. Please share this video and have a very good day. We will meet in part 3.